EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Tar Heel state of North Carolina, where the spirit of the late Sam Mills lives on with the pounding of the drum as we're ready for football at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Carolina Panthers. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, glad you're with us. This is the rookie Ryan Fitzgerald to do the honors. And off we go from Charlotte. He'll get across the 20, plug him down 23-yard line. The Rams once again led by Matthew Stafford at quarterback. First 12 years with Detroit, his 5th year with the Rams, including a Super Bowl championship, winning Super Bowl 56. The #1 overall pick all the way back in 2009.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today. And when he plays well, this is proving to be a really hard team to beat.
16 yards on the game and a quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Now it's a bootleg with Stafford. Throw on the run is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Now a second down throw for Stafford. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, L.A.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. What a run by Williams. And even 30 yards.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll run it. First carry of the game for Blake Quarles. And the Rams are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got first and goal.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up first and goal.
Williams trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he is going to come up short.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
From the 1, 2nd and goal. They put Adams in motion. Man in motion, heading right. One more time for Williams. And no signal as of yet. And none forthcoming. He is stopped short. And now it's 3rd and goal.
They keep it on the ground twice, Mike, and they have no success. So now if you're the play caller, that starts creeping into your head. Do you have confidence in a 3rd attempt, or now do you try to change it up and go play action and put the ball in the air?
He'll try to run it with Williams. And once again, nothing there. Stopped short with no gain. Now 4th and goal.
How about this for a goal line stand, Mike? Your back's against the wall, back-to-back plays you hold tight. They set themselves up here to defend a 4th and goal try.
So, trying to make a statement on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Williams. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Kyren Williams. Touchdown, Rams.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
The kick is good. Makes the score Rams 7, Panthers nothing.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, it's Chuba Hubbard. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. So the Panthers led out by their quarterback, Bryce Young. Shaky rookie year, but the back end of his 2nd year, Greg, very effective for the man who was the #1 overall pick out of Alabama in 2023.
When he was taken as the 1st overall pick in the draft a couple years ago, Mike, certainly was not because of his physical stature. It was because of his mind. It was because of his processing ability. It was because of all the intangibles that they believed they saw in his days coming out of Alabama. Now, he's got some experience under his belt from a rookie year that had its ups and downs. He has all the talent in the world. Now he's got to go out and just capture it and make it happen. And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
It's 2nd and 8.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Young. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
3rd down.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll run the sneak. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory. And certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short. Gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
Now, Dowdle. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Rams' 37-yard line.
Here Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. They'll go play action with Young. He's got the first-round pick, Caterell McMillan. 14 yards on that pass play there. It's good for a Panther first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle? And tell you what, they've answered all those questions, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
He's going to get forward for about 5 yards, but this one might be coming back. Let's check in with the referee. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That's how he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Now it is 1st and goal. Here's a carry for Dowdle. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
On 2nd down, Young. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and I think that's a really smart decision. You certainly don't want to take a sack in any goal-to-go situation, or even worse, throw a pick. So understanding he still has 2 more shots at the end zone, I really like that decision.
3rd and goal. Leggett in motion. Out of the shotgun, Young. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a pretty good effort here on 3rd and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short of the 1st down.
They're trying to answer that opening drive touchdown on the other side. So the offense stays out, and they go for it on 4th and goal. They'll go. Young. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Bryce Young. Touchdown, Carolina.
We just had a feeling that this might be coming, right? It's kind of been brewing all game, Mike. You see it so often on 4th down. The most difficult play to defend deep in the red zone is quarterback scramble. The defense lets the quarterback get outside the pocket. It puts so much pressure on your paced defenders in the secondary, and they can't latch on, and he takes it on himself.
Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point. He gets it to go. Panthers come right back to tie it at 7. Team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, this is Blake Corum. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. from the gun. Here's Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That is a big play for L.A. 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up second and 8 at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's second and 8. They put Adams in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Shaw Smith-Wade there on the stop.
Brings up third and 7.
What can they do here on third down and 7? Slot man in motion left. Throw it on third down, Stafford. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. That is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem. And that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Rams will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Trevor Etienne. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense ready for their second possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. They'll run. Downward. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Hammering pitches there to bring him down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and 6. Offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
While the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. Stafford working from the pistol. He'll find his tight end. It's Kobe Parkinson. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Rams first down.
Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Stafford. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
The motion man is Nakua. They send a receiver in motion left. On the give, it's Williams. And the Rams are going to be set up first and goal. Good running takes them down to about the 4.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
So push back to the 11-yard line for second and goal. A shotgun snap to Stafford. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, L.A.
Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Nevis, good on the extra point. And the Rams will get out in front 17-7. So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. To return is Hubbard. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Play action. Young. That is left side and caught by Evans. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do. And, man, the play action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
Off the play fake. Here's Young. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. In motion comes the tight end, Evans. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. 10 in a row, McMillan was the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Here comes Smith on the return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So after 1, 17-7 is the score. And we'll return to Charlotte in a moment. Second quarter now, Rams in control of the football. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28 as we are ready to get back underway. They'll fake the handoff now, Stafford. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And this yields nothing. He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the 1st down.
He's got him down. That's Nakua, complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's a big play with Stafford and Nakua, and even 30 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
And he'll be out of bounds as the 1st down completion nets about 3.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
1st and 10. A give, and here comes Williams. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
On 2nd down, he'll take the handoff and hold on to it.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
3rd and a yard. He'll try to run for it with Williams. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
13 yards on the play. That's another Rams 1st down. 1st down and 10 yards.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the 1st down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
On 1st down, right back to Williams. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Second down, it's Stafford. It is brought in the end zone. 2-2 Atwell. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out per the new rule to the 35-yard line. On the ground, it's Dowdle. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
That's good.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. He is having his way. Another big game. This time 18 yards and a first down.
Doesn't matter the level of football, Mike. If they can't stop it, keep running it until they can. And I think that's what we're seeing here on this drive. Back-to-back explosive gains on the ground. Got to imagine at some point the defense gives it a different look.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And even though they'll say he had a man in the vicinity of the throws, clearly not intended to be caught. Really smart play. Don't risk a turnover here. Live for the next snap.
Second and 10. Back to the air, it's Young. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
So they're not going to come down with the reception, but Mike, this is actually a really good ball. So with the coverage being as tight as it was, the only place that quarterback can put the ball is high and to the outside, saying, hey, if my guy can't come down with it and keep his feet in bounds, nobody is. The last thing you want to do is miss that ball on the inside, because those are the ones that end up going the other direction.
They had the right play call. The screen goes for 15 and a first down.
15 yards.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
Now Young going to keep it himself. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on them. And in this case, they're able to hold them to no gain.
Throwing on second down, Young. That's to the left side, hauled in by Leggett. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
It's the quarterback with a sneak, and they're going to get him down close to the marker. Was he able to reach the ball out? He did. Great spot and a great run. First down, first and goal.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down, but this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Pull the end zone, but it's batted away. It's incomplete. He was open for a moment. Defense closed quickly, and now it's third and goal.
Quarterback's lucky on that one, Mike, that ball ended up just harmlessly falling to the ground. It was that initial pressure that got to him that forced the errant throw, and fortunately for this offense, that ball didn't end up going the other way.
And he'll take it on in. Jalen Coker. Touchdown, Panthers. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
On now is Fitzgerald for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Panthers back within 10. It's now 24-14. The touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Kyron Williams and the Rams offense ready to get back to work. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. Off the bootleg, it's Stafford. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
To throw on second down, Stafford.
Stafford's pass. Complete to number 17, Devontae Adams. It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 5.
Third down, they need 5. Working out of the gun, Stafford. He'll look middle. first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
First down. A gain of 9.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Man in motion is Smith. They'll run it with Williams. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Now a second down throw for Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
Stafford next on second down. Short throw pulled in by Parkinson. He's taken down just shy of the 10. A gain there of 15. First down, L.A.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Stafford. That one to the end zone, but incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it'll be second down.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
This one caught by Parkinson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Stafford net under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
Sean McVay will send out the field goal unit. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Rams will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. Like you find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get free.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense and running back Rico Dowdle getting set for this next drive. They'll begin with first and 10. Drive will start on the ground, and he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Back with more from Charlotte. After this, 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, Young. That one taken in right side by Leggett. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
A dive and a catch. Incredible. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. They get 21 on that one. It's a Carolina first down.
With wide receivers, I think we spend so much time, Mike, talking about their speed and their route running, and of course that's critical, but the ability to not only catch the ball, but to concentrate on the bad throws. We used to have a saying, you get paid to catch the bad ones.
And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
This is why every defense wants to play with the lead, because it allows them to just tee off on the quarterback. Go rush the passer. You're not worried about them handing the ball off or a little quick game. You know they're chasing points, so what can you do? You can get after this guy, and boy, have they ever.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Young. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
We haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the second half.
To throw is Young. Here's a screen coming for Dowdle. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? They'll go. Young. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. The Rams offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. Here comes 2nd and 4. The shotgun snap to Stafford. That's made there. That's Smith. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. The Rams use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18. They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. Moving to his left. Halftime coming up, and we'll take you down to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense and running back Rico Dowdle getting set for this next drive. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. Up the sideline to the 40. And it'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It's now second and 10.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
On second down, Young. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
Third down and 10.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
He's got his man. That's Leggett. 17 yards that time. Number 17.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Panthers first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. We got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
The pass intended for Xavier Leggett.
leads to second.
It's second down.
At the 35-yard
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
A second down throw for Young. This one complete right side. And this yields nothing. He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the Panthers will cut into that lead.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So now, after the field goal, Fitzgerald is back out there to send this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and
4. It's another run here for Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. A gain there of 16 yards. Good for a Rams first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring him down for a loss.
Here's a designed run. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
Well, they've got him going backwards now, Mike, and this is a worrying trend. We've seen it now the last 2 plays. They have to be able to generate some leverage at the point of attack. Count on positive yardage in the run game.
On third down, here's Williams. Forget about it. They're going to lose more yardage there. Good job on the defense, and it's 4th down.
I used to have a coach that in these situations say, we're going to call a play, Mike, that in essence just adds yards to the punt. So it's 3rd and a mile. Pick up as many as you can. If you pop one for the first down, great. But if not, you bring out the punt team, and however many yards you picked up on 3rd down, you add it on top of the punt.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Panthers offense, and running back Rico Dowdle getting set for this next drive. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Now Dowdle. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Poona Ford is there to bring him down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 9. To throw, Young. That's the left side. Hauled in finally gets 14 on the pickup. It's good for a Panther 1st down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They go right back to him. This catch good for 11 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 9. Now Young gets it away quickly, and it's caught down the right sideline. And he will score. Jalen Coker. Touchdown, Panthers. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Fitzgerald now for the extra point. The kick is good. Panthers are back within a field goal. The lead is 3.
Panthers 24.
Touchdown. It is Fitzgerald to send this one away. Safe kick taken at the 5. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. On the carry, it's Williams. Nice job pushing through the would-be tackler. Gain of about 3. 2nd down.
35-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the gun, here's Stafford. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again here with Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. 15-yard pickup there. First down, L.A.
Rams, first down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Here's a handoff to Williams. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Second down, it's Stafford. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Parkinson in motion. Throw it on third down, Stafford. He's got it at about the 8. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
First and goal, Rams.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success. Smart decision there on first and goal. If it's not there early, don't get baited into a bad decision. Just throw it away and live for another down. Really nice decision-making here. Brings up second and goal.
Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's second and goal. Williams. And he's going to go backwards. Take him down at the 6.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
Now Stafford on third and goal. This one is pulled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Touchdown, Rams. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
The kicking team off for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Rams will extend this third quarter lead.
34, Panthers 24.
score. Here's Evans to send it away. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Little play action with Young. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Puna 4 getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stop the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd down, Young. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
Throwing is Young. Now a screen set up for Dowell. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff now. Stafford. That finds Nakua downfield. Complete. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
They put Adams in motion. First down, it is Williams. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Chris Barnes from that linebacker position making the play.
Second and 9 at the Panthers' 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, Stafford. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and
7. Now it's Stafford. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looks like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And their lead will stay right where it is.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Tremble comes in motion. They'll run with Dowdle. And it's a short pickup to about the 42. Braden Fisk is there to bring him down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 42-yard line.
Second down and 8. Out of the shotgun, Young. That one out wide, Dowdle. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
They'll come up to third and 3. In motion comes the tight end, Evans. From the gun here on third down, it's Young. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Back at the 38-yard line.
So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Young. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up, wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Quick throw here is complete. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and it's 1st and goal.
First down and
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Here's a run. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
To throw is Young. Here's a screen coming for Dowdle. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
There's no need to do anything reckless. It's 3rd and long. The opportunity to convert this is probably slim. So there was nothing open downfield. I think he makes the smart decision here, Mike. Avoid the negative play and throw the ball away.
So a big kick coming here for Ryan Fitzgerald. This to get back to a one-possession game. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So the field goal makes it a one-score game here in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. Play action, Stafford to the left side, and Adams has it. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 6. They run over center with Williams. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Parkinson in motion. Stafford now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Tutu Atwell was the one he was looking for. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Here's a carry for Dowdle. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
On the stop. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 28-yard line.
They'll stick with him again. Look at him move away from a tackler as he winds up gaining 7 yards. Nice run there.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
A big play looming here. They need to convert. It is 3rd and inches. Looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's done it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 3. On the ground, it's Dowdle. And he's going to pick up the first down across midfield and down at the 49.
And the Panthers, first down. First and 10.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
Brings up second and 2.
From the 41, here's second and 2. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's a Carolina first down.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Tremble comes in motion. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
They need one right now. Third and long. Here's Young. This is caught 2. And he's in. Xavier Legette touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? You're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Kyron Williams and the Rams offense ready to get back to work. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Stafford. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. J.C. Horn that time with the good coverage, and he knocks it away.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? The reality is they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Panthers offense and running back Rico Dowdle getting set for this next drive. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. Here's Young. Oh, he gets that downfield to Tremble, the tight end. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
That's good for a Panthers.
Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a 1st down.
At the 47-yard line.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
To the ground, a 1st down run. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
To throw is Young. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Tommy Tremble, the tight end, the man he was looking for there. And it'll be third down.
Quarterback's trying to give his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius. Unable to connect. Little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He finds the big tight end, Tremble. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
You get in these situations, third down, tie game, fourth quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You are going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And he continues to come up with these third down pickups. He continues to extend this drive. He's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late. Remember this one thing. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
That's into the hands of McMillan on the slant. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Here is 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. And it's going to be 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, fourth quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
They'll run with Hubbard. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
Tie game, fourth quarter. This defense knows the importance of keeping this thing at a 3-point game. What a big play there with the tackle for loss on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. That's right side, taken in by Tremble. And he gets to the outside. Takes it in. Tommy Tremble. Touchdown, Panthers. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. This returnable from the 4. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Rams offense and Devontae Adams heading back onto the field. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. Here's first down. Here's Williams. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. It is 2nd and a yard. Williams. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. He'll look middle and get this one to Parkinson. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2. And they'll stop with 28 seconds to go in the game.
2nd and a yard at the 42-yard line.
Now it's 2nd and 1. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's caught downfield by Smith. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. The Rams use their 3rd and final timeout. They stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. First and 10 now from the 36. Out of the gun, Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick as that ball is coming.
And he'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for first down, 1st and goal.
Rams, first down. First and goal.
So it's over. It's a win for the Panthers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Panthers are winners, as we say so long from Uptown Charlotte.